no offense, but those type of women are always the fixer-uppers that end up mad in the end. Because she tried to fix this man and make him something that he isn't, and then try to, educate and shape him to be something, but clearly
fit into her world.
But he wasn't going to fit. Yeah. Especially, you got to remember, we are adults now. A lot of people are majority of who they are.
Yep.
So if you have to teach somebody etiquette skills at this age.
I mean, but you could teach somebody things that they can be willing to, grasp. I remember I went on a date one time, and this was very simple, not even sitting at the table. I said, yo, take off your hoodie.
Wait, like off his top of his head?
That's crazy.
Wait, like
first of all, that's
he had a zip-up sweater because it was cold and he didn't wear a jacket, but he had a button-down shirt on. And I was just like, yo, we're inside now. Take it off. Put it at coat check. Nah, I'm still cold. And I'm like, but are you going to go sit down at the table with the sweater on? That doesn't make any sense. Like your whole outfit for the restaurant is underneath the sweater. Like take off the sweater. And it was a back and forth. He did not want to me.
Yeah.
I was being passive aggressive.
Because you were trying to make it seem like the outfit that you wanted to display.
First of all, it was my date. And he did not know where we were going, but I told him how to dress.
Wait, you're paying?
Yes.
So you see how men act?
It doesn't. First of all, it doesn't even matter who was. It doesn't even matter who was paying. I gave the dress code because I know that this was going to be a nice place. Don't wear that shit.
Don't be up in here embarrassing me.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I felt because he really did not want to take off the sweater, and I was just like, okay, but you see where we at now. Why don't you feel like it's appropriate for you to take off the sweater?
Wants ketchup on his steak.
Oh, the same day I had to tell baby you cannot order the steak like that.
What was that?
So okay, no. I think before
masculine.
No, but I think before
is he trainable? He wasn't trainable.
He knew to not order the steak well done, but he didn't know how to say it. So he ended up saying medium rare. I usually do medium well. Back then I used to do medium well. I get medium now. But I think he just mixed up the two and he said medium rare. So I said, oh, okay. Is that okay?
Maybe you don't like it.
When he got the steak, he was cut into it and he was like, oh, nah, this shit mad red. He called the server back and was just like, oh, it's really red. And so I was just like, but that's what the
plate
fuck.
Be hot, though. He could have seared it on the plate.
I'm like, but that's what you asked for. And the server told him the same thing. Oh, well, this is medium rare. Oh, well, can you cook it a little bit more? And I was just like, oh, Jesus.
So wait, hold on. First of all, she's not getting off on this at all. None of this. That's one.
Okay, are you trying to come for me for what?
Get off on what?
The fact that
you wore a hoodie?
No. It's way more than it's all of it, right? So
because I want to hear what I did. Go ahead.
Were you 21 or 20? How old were you? You had to be young.
I was. I can't pinpoint my age, but I was.
Understand. Okay. Because you didn't take the hint when you sent a location with the dress code, and he still wore something that was, even if he was to get cold,
it was a hoodie.
It wasn't going to fit the dress code.
I see what you're saying.
That's red flag number one.
This was my boyfriend, by the way, not a regular first date or anything.
Oh, he tripping.
But go ahead.
But that's the problem. like that's the problem.
He obviously was. It's not her boyfriend anymore.
Well,
here we go.
And that's what I'm saying. So
I was about to say, and what else? That's all you had to say?
No, there was a lot more. He didn't know how to say well done, medium. Like,
what happens is
I remember when I had my first girlfriend that had money, and I don't even know what restaurant I went to, but they
ordered cheese on your broccoli.
No. It wouldn't even get. It was fucked up. I was doomed from the start. I was 22, right? And they said, "Do you want still or sparkling?" I was like, "Fuck is still."
You gotta say something.
I was like,
honestly,
what is that? They were like, water.
Still is fine.
I was like, so I looked at her and she was like, still is fine. And I was like, that's when they came in.
She looked at you and did that?
Yeah, she looked at me and then she answered them, said, still is fine. But like, I didn't know.
She hates you.
I didn't know. I was doing from the start. Yeah. I didn't know what still water was. Like, I was just used to Poland Spring and tap. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So, and sparkling.
Sometimes they put tap in there.
Yo, when the first time I heard soda water, I didn't even know it was seltzer. You understand? So like when you're getting into these types of places, you need to know what
Seltzer
you're
sounds
getting
better
into.
than soda water, though.
I'm gonna say something. I
No,
think
sparkle. Yeah, but I'm just saying like
it ain't
something.
tonic.
I was saying something else.
Oh, definitely not tonic.
You're right.
We got a
Hate
rap
tonic.
I don't even know what
So
tonic
this
is.
is-
Like I never had
This
it.
is okay. So
Yeah.
So gross.
because tonic is sweet.
To me.
Yeah. So this is the one thing I want to say. I think at this point, it's kind of hard. Do I smell chicken?
Yes.
Yeah.
You saw what I did?
We got the
Look,
bonbon.
Wait.
We got the bonbon.
Aaron, right before you said that, look, I went and I looked at you, me outside.
I smelled it same time, sis. Same time.
Okay. And you can actually put this in there because yeah, the chicken be good. But anyway, what I'm thinking is that I feel like right now in 2023, we have so much information at our fingertips. You can literally get on Chat GPT and be like, I'm going to Del Frisco's on a date. What should I order? I'm going to Peter Luger's on a date. How do I order my steak? You know, there's just so many things. Someone's taking me on a date to go make chocolate. Like say it's Christmas time or something. You know, you're making hot chocolate or something. You can literally type it in Google. There's almost absolutely no reason for anybody to be that lost right
Or
now.
all the reels and TikToks. People do a lot of restaurant fucking reviews and the people
But
that.
that requires you to search
And
So
pay
let's-
attention to people, which people
But
don't.
typing in Chat GBT is same
No.
thing.
Chat
You guys
GPT
still got to do some kind of search. You
So
got to.
You're right. Okay, there is some research involved.
Yeah.
But I just
ChatGPT
think
is
that,
an app.
like-
Living in the age of information. There's no
Yeah.
excuses.
Like, it's
Well,
like-
really, we really want to get into the age of experiences. Like, I remember living in New Jersey majority of my life and going to Miami for the first time. I thought Miami was the best place in the world. And then I went to Atlanta. Then I went to Los Angeles. Then I went to Vegas. Then I went to Spain, Europe. You know what I'm saying? All these different places. And I realized Miami ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, really about you taking the time to experience
Yeah.
so many different things. And then, you know, maybe you might go to, you know, a steakhouse. Then steak might not be your thing. So then you know what you try? Try somewhere where they have a seafood tower.
Exactly.
You know, and maybe you really like that. But what you have to do is you have to experience so many things outside of your comfort zone. And I think that is what's going to elevate your dating skills.
Mhm.
And before we close out, I would call this episode, honestly, not knowing how to date after 30 is unexcusable. Like, we got
I
That's-
don't really like that title, but
I love the
Knowing
title.
how to date
I love
after
it.
30, it's not excusable. You're
It's not,
30
yeah.
fucking years old. You don't know how to date?
Chris, remember I told you when you hit 30, you don't get excuses? That's what I remember I told you. Remember what I told you?
We're not gonna coddle a fucking audience. We're not gonna coddle a fucking community.
But a lot of
You're
our
30 years old.
experiences
Get
that we
yourself
talked about
together.
was
And when
like
you
in
do,
the
keep it
past.
together.
So I think it was under 30.
But
I love it.
I think the
This
moral
the
of the
Alan I
story,
miss.
Alan over here all turned to.
No, like he got aggressive.
I think the moral of the story is that like after a certain age, you're not allowed that many excuses or mistakes or missteps or whatever. I think and I'm giving in saying this, I'm giving grace to people who may have been late bloomers, who just haven't been that successful for whatever reason.
Who just really like ketchup?
Regardless, I think we're in the age of information. There's literally no reason why. You can literally go on your phone and ask for a like a bulleted list or like an actual like a script of what to say. How do I engage with this young lady? How do I, learn about her? Like, so
the
if I
internet
was
is
dating
crazy.
at this point, I'd be like, you didn't take no time to prepare.
But you memorizing a script? That's crazy.
No, it's called preparation. I don't believe in being unprepared. I do not believe in being unprepared because real talk, you're going on an interview. This date, because you just like you want a job, you want to have a relationship with this woman, and so you need to impress her the exact same way that you would impress a potential employer. So you do need to present your best self, put your best foot forward. Whether you gonna lie on your resume and have a printout script on your phone, it is what it is. You're gonna figure it out. Because most jobs, you train on the job anyway. You just got to get your foot in the door, create a vibe, have somebody to like you, and then you go from there. But I think you just have to be open to just doing something different.
This is what I did. And I'm not saying anybody at this age should do it, but I highly recommend it. when I was 20 years old or 21 to be exact, I realized I didn't know a lot about anything. I didn't know how to talk to anybody outside of the trenches, right? So what I decided to do was serve at a fine dining restaurant. I worked hard to get a job at a fine dining restaurant to serve there.
Capital, right?
Yeah, in season 52.
Okay.
So when I got to that experience at 20, by 22, I was really serving for real. They made me be a runner for almost a year. But more of the story is once you put yourself in the atmosphere to learn how to talk to different people in different brackets with different foods and quality of foods, that's when you'll learn to start to open your palate. And that's when you can actually be able to digest something bigger and take on bigger things and have better dates, so on and so forth. But you got to put yourself in a position to learn. And if you're not putting yourself in a position to learn, you're not going to really acquire whatever it is that you truly want. You'll be stuck with the girl who's okay with you putting ketchup on steak. You'll be stuck with the person who's okay with you ordering well done. You know what I'm saying? And once you put yourself in a position to learn, then you can really make the preference. Because you have both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Like something, you need balance.
Like, you don't even know why. Did you think about it? We don't even know why I'm saying we because I was
like
there.
well done
Why
steak?
I like well done steak.
Because your mama ate it.
And my daddy and my grandfather and all them. Right. So like, I'm like, damn, but if they was eating medium, I could never fathom me eating a charcoal steak. Like, you know,
sushi.
Yeah.
It's like sushi. People like, I don't like sushi.
Well, I can't eat sushi. I just can't. Like,
See?
yeah.
I'm saying,
I
it's
can't.
like
I don't eat any. I don't like any cold food. I don't like cold cuts. I don't like sushi.
Well, they have the hot sushi, the ones with like, they fry it and put the little things on top. I mean, but I think that's a good way to start. Instead of just being like, I don't like sushi,
No, I tried it.
That's my only exception. But even that, if I think about it too much, I
don't know. I like sushi, but before I ever tried it, I was always like, ew. I was in college. That was when I first started eating sushi. My daddy and them wouldn't eat no damn sushi. We was eating fried catfish, fried shrimp. Like everything was,
fried.
Papados, a gumbo, an etouffee, or something like that, But once you open up, my friends are eating sushi. Well, shit, clearly I need to try it too. So I was always like, ugh, sushi. But once you try things, you just never know what you like or what you're into.